And then I'm going to mute Carmen. Oh, good evening, everybody. Welcome, or good afternoon, probably for most of you. Welcome to Community Restorative. And today I thought we would focus on the stomach, the gut area, digestion. Usually when we are under stress, the whole digestive system can be affected. So I thought it would be helpful to do some practices that can help with digestion and assimilation. So why don't we, we'll do it, we'll start the class in circle format because I think that is also a helpful aspect. So we'll start by, let's start with an Om together, and the Om is helpful because it extends our exhale, and when the exhale is longer, that can also help to cue the nervous system to relax, and then it also, extends the breath. So there's a lot of different benefits. So we'll use an Om as a way to just shift space and be more into our bodies. And then we'll start with a talking circle as well. So wherever you are, find a comfortable seat. And I'm going to see if I can unmute everybody so that we can hear each other in the Om. And so just find your seat. Maybe place a hand on your heart, a hand on the belly. Sometimes when it's harder for us to feel our bodies, putting hands on the body can help us find those physical sensation of the body better. And then whenever you're ready, we'll take that inhale. And we'll start with just a round of Om together. So, Om. And then whenever you're ready to pop in, you could put your name in the circle and put a word into the circle, just expressing as best as you can a one-word quality that is present for you right now.
This is Kay, and optimism.
Mm.
This is Julie, and I'd say patience.
This is Frances, and I say anxiety.
This is Lucy, and my word is calmness.
Carmen, do you want to pop in? I unmuted you.
Okay, my word is creativity.
My word, if it was right before we started, was grumpy. But I feel much better now.
Maybe we should run the class.
All right. So we are going to get started with an abdominal massage. And so you don't need the yoga balls, but if you have the yoga balls and you prefer to use the yoga balls for the abdominal massage, you're welcome to do that. So for the abdominal massage, it's easier to access the belly lying down. And we'll be using our fists and our hands. And I'll provide the instruction. So you can start in constructive rest, which is lying just on your back with your knees bent. And we're going to check in on the breathing first to have a comparison before and after. So once you get situated in that constructive rest, you can put a hand on, or both of your hands on your belly, and just let your breath settle. And see if you feel any natural movement of your inhale downward into your belly, downward into your lower body. And then we'll start with a massage on the right side of the belly. So what we're doing is we're trying to go along the colon, from the ascending colon on the right side of the belly, across underneath the ribs. That's where the transverse colon is, and then down towards the left side of the belly. So we'll start with the hands, and you can dig towards the bottom right side of your belly, and you could use just like maybe three of the middle fingers, and apply a little pressure into that bottom right side, and maybe make some circles. And this is also super helpful to not only open up the breathing, but obviously because we're going along the colon, it's great for elimination. It also helps us to become aware of the level of tension that we might have here. And so you can start with circular motion with the fingers. You can go, circular and then inward and upward, so that you're going from the bottom of the ascending colon all the way up. And other movements, massage movements that might feel good is just making a fist and just kind of dragging the fist from the lower part of the right side of the belly all the way up. So you could do fists, you could do circular motion, you could do the fists with a circular motion. I also find it super soothing, and this isn't going along the colon only, but just to grab the tissue, the skin, and just to squeeze and pull. There's a lot of nerves here, and that movement can help to really release and relax the nervous system. So in the gut area actually releases more serotonin than the brain. And so keeping the gut area, relaxed and mobile and motile is really important for our nervous system. So go all the way, make sure you've covered the entire length of the right side of your belly. And then you can start to go across. So right underneath the sternum and the ribs. And again, you could do combination. I'm doing circles right now with the fingers. You could also make that fist, and you could slide the fists across from the right to the left. And maybe like 10 strokes that way. And you can also take some, deep breaths in between, maybe sighing it out through the mouth as well. And there might be some places that, like, if we've had surgery in the abdomen area, there might be scarring, C-sections, things like that. So, um, noticing what you find here. And then the last one is going down on the left. So you could make the fist and it would go down. Or again, you could do circles as well. And then to finish it all off, go ahead and just like grab all the skin and pull and tug and just get some movement into this area. And then release the self-massage and just rest for 3 breaths. Just receive your natural breath now. Notice the depth and the quality to your natural breath. And if there is like more movement from the deeper in the body, more movement into the belly, into the low back now. And then on your next exhale, you can put your hands on your thighs and you can slide your hands up. And when you exhale, you can hug your knees in towards your chest. And as you inhale, you can lengthen your arms, you can push your thighs away. And then as you exhale, you can hug your knees back in. So simple knee to chest movement. If you like, you can add in a head turn. So when your thighs move away from you, you can turn your head over to one side. And then when your thighs come back to the center, you can turn your head back to the center. So letting the movement of the thighs create a little bit of a rocking motion in the pelvis and sacrum, as well as kind of a massage into the belly. Next time when your thighs move away, you can lengthen the left leg and we'll hug just the right leg in. And you can make circles with that right leg. And I like to just hold it now with just the right hand because it allows that leg to move a little bit more easily. And then you could go in the other direction with this hip circle. And then we'll slide the left leg back, and you could rest the right ankle, the outer ankle, onto the left thigh. You're in that figure 4 configuration now. And then from here, we'll open the arms wide and we'll rock the figure 4. So we're just getting some gentle movement first before we come to the restorative poses. And next time when your legs drop over to the left side, you can stay in this figure 4 twist. And you can gently push that thigh so that the right knee isn't collapsed towards the body, but it's more pointing upward. It has a different position. When you do that, it positions the thigh in a different place in the hip socket, and that positioning can help to release some of the front hip muscles. But modify, as with all the poses here, modify if there is any pain, like if this position doesn't feel good on your joints. Sometimes resting the right foot on a block or on the left inner thigh might feel better for your joints. Or for some people, this isn't accessible. You can just modify and, stack the legs together. And then as we stay here on the side for a few more breaths, see if you can get the breath to flow into the right side of your belly more. Next time when you inhale, you can rock the figure four back to the starting position, and we'll uncross this right leg and we'll lengthen it towards the ground. You can hug the other thigh in. Take a few breaths here in the single knee to chest. And then you can make those hip circles on the second side whenever you're ready to. And you could hold on to the left knee now with the left hand. And you could even synchronize a full circle with a full breath. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the moving. And then you can hold on to that knee in center, bend the other knee, slide the heel in, and then cross into your figure four stretch on your second side, letting this left knee just, drift over to that left side. Keep the length on the left side of your body. Sometimes when we cross it over, we shorten our waist on that side. So lengthen if you've shortened that side, and then you could rock your figure four side to side. You can inhale to one side, you can exhale to the other. Moving in a range that feels good for your body. There's no need to touch the floor on either side. And next time when you go over to the right side, see if you can lean the figure four all the way down, or feel free to modify. Sometimes maybe supporting the whole thing with blankets might feel better for some of us. So whichever variation, with support or without support, we're resting all the way into either the floor or some props. And then as you stay, see if you can feel your breath move into your belly now on your left side. And on your next inhale, you can come back to the starting position. We'll uncross the left leg. And take a moment now to feel yourself again. So keep tracking how the physical sensation of the body shifts throughout class, and sensing the capacity and depth of your breathing again, especially down into your lower body. We'll slowly roll over, and we'll come up for our first restorative pose. So twist, as they say, is helpful for stimulating the abdominal region. So we're going into a belly down, a prone twist. So if you can grab your accoutrement and make some kind of a body pillow, a bolster, we'll be lying with the front side of our body on the bolster. So I have 2 yoga blankets, and I'm folding them the long way like this to make some kind of a body pillow. And you can start this on the right side, and so I'll demonstrate. Actually, I'll demonstrate on my left side. But let's say, so you have the bolster all along your mat, and then you would sit. So if you're on your right side, you would sit so that the outside of your right hip is against the bolster, and your knees are facing to the side of your mat, to the long way of your mat. Your legs can be staggered, just like this with the knees bent. Option 1. Option 2 is you can have, if you're on the right side, you can kick the right leg out like this, and this gets a little stretch through the hamstring, so that's an option. And then you could come down and you turn, you place both hands, one on either side of the bolster, and you would lower yourself so that the front of your body is on there. And so both of the shoulders are off. Yeah. And so when you lie down, you could look towards the legs, and both of your hands can be underneath the shoulders with the elbows bent. A variation with the arms is that the arm on that right side could be long by your body with the palm up. So, and little mini adjustments that I like is I'll, have both hands down, and I'll kind of pick up and lift my hip up and roll the top of my hip away from the bolster to stretch my low back out more. So you can do that little mini adjustment. You can also choose to deepen the twist by pushing into the right hand more so that your body turns more. And then you could reset yourself so that you feel a deeper stretch in the middle. So the distinction with restorative yoga, for any of you who are new, is that we want the body to be physically comfortable. So if we stay and we start to notice any pain, we want to adjust and modify so that there is no physical pain. However, sometimes the mind can be, restless in a particular pose, or just being still. And that's part of the practice, is distinguishing the difference between mental restlessness and actual physical need. And so the practice is meditative. We stay and we allow the mind to be as it is. And we give it space so that we begin to rest back into a broader aspect of our consciousness. As you stay here, it's easier as we stay in this position for us to feel that downward expression of the breath, and especially on the back side of the body. So stay and watch for your natural breath and the way that it massages from your heart all the way down into your low back. And for some of us, that's, just that soft practice is enough. If you would like to add another layer, you can choose to stagger the breath. You can start with a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale, and then keep adding another second every round so that we're lengthening the breath. And perhaps, work just to a comfortable maximum. Maybe it becomes 8, 9, 10, whatever is a comfortable maximum for you. And once you get to that comfortable maximum, let go and simply receive your breath as it is after working on extending the breath. Just notice how you feel, cultivating a deeper, more resilient breath. Stay for one more minute on this first side of the belly down twist. If you're still doing a count with your breathing, whenever you finish the round that you're on, you can let go of the effort. Just leave your natural breath. Watch your body breathe for 3 more rounds in this position. When you're ready to come out of the first side, you can transition so both of the hands are underneath the shoulders. And we'll make our way onto the second side. So again, we want to be physically comfortable in the poses. So if you're going to the left side, again, you sit so that the outside of that hip is against the end of your support, and then you come down with the front side of your body. So it's more of a belly down position than a side bending position. So the shoulders should be off on either side. So let's say, I'll try to do my right side. And then the knees, you have the option of the leg that's closest to the bolster can be straight or bent, whichever feels better for you. Some people like staggering the legs wider because it provides like a deeper stretch through the hips. So that's another variant. But when the legs are together, it tends to um, it's not as big of a stretch on the hip and the back. So this way, it's not as deep of a stretch into the low back as well. So you can see what works best for you. And then the little variations is or adjustments as you pick up your bottom hip with your hip, you just kind of lift it up and then you roll that hip press away from the bolster to stretch your low back out. And the arm on whatever side you're in can be long by your body instead of elbow bent. By your body with the palm up by the hip. For some people, that's much more comfortable on their shoulder. So you can be like, what is it, like the princess in the pea? Make yourself super comfortable. And once you've made all those physical adjustments, then the work is to stay focusing on the breath. And again, we watch for the downward expression of breath here through the back body. So feel how your breath naturally descends from your heart, from your chest area on the inhale, down your low back on the exhale. If this is a pattern that is still not clearly felt by you, stay with this first part of the practice. Just focusing on feeling that downward excursion, focusing on staying with the rhythm of your natural breath. If you feel that movement now, and also especially if you notice that your mind is like very active and is moving about a lot, add in the count because it serves as a way to help bring some focus for the mental energy as well as deepening the breath. So you can start with 5 seconds on inhale, 5 on exhale, and you keep building until you reach your comfortable maximum. As you stay, relax the jaw, relax the face and the eyes. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Relax the back, allowing your body to sink into the bolster more. still doing a counted breath. Release when you complete the one that you're on. Stay for one more minute here. Just noticing how just with your awareness, you can allow any necessary holding tension to drop. Scanning through and sense where you can soften a little more, where you can let go a little more right now. Watch your body breathe. 3 more rounds here. Pace through it, introduce movements as you're ready. Slowly transition out of this belly down from position. This one, by the way, is a great practice to do before bed. It's said that when we are in kind of a forward fold, it can help to calm the mind down more. Experiment with this before bed practice. So in order to facilitate that downward movement of the breath into the belly, we're going to lie on our bolster and we'll prop the head up higher and we'll have our bum off of the bolster so the pelvis and the belly is lower and the rest of the torso is higher. And so that's going to encourage the downward movement of the breath more. So you adjust your bolster, for your body. For some of us, having a really high support in the low back might not feel so good. So you can stagger it. You can adjust the support for your back. And the other option with the legs can be in a couple of different positions. But if you like the knees bent and the knees apart, it can be helpful to have some other cushions or blocks to support the knees. So this is called a supported bound angle pose or supported butterfly. And so you would sit on flat on your mat, whatever that is, and your bolster is behind you. So this is a supine position on your back position. And you can start out with just the knees bent, feet on the floor first. And if you want the variation with the knees out, you can set up your supports. So you can come down and lower your body down adjust your head support, move around, make sure your back is comfortable. And then options with the legs. It could be here. It could be in this knees up, knee and bench position. And that can be more comfortable sometimes for some of us because that gives more slack to the back body. Could be with the legs straight. And it could be with the knees bent out to the sides and the feet together. And I'm suggesting this one because it allows the breath to move more easily into the lower body. And as a little extra, if you have like something like another blanket, you could put it on top of your belly. Some kind of weight, that weight can help to move the breath into the lower belly better. Then we will stay. Again, we just simply maybe let the breath be natural first. Just gonna be curious, be an observer of your natural breath. And see if you can feel for, how your breath moves. And if does it feel like a familiar place for your breathing to descend into the belly, into the hips, into the low back, into the pelvis. And then as you stay, you can intentionally direct your breath there. Imagine your inhale descending all the way into your tailbone. And on your exhale, you can soften the whole weight of the body downwardly. So little things to troubleshoot is make sure that your neck is, there's maybe the chin feels like it's slightly tucked, but not aggressively tucked because that can cut off the air flow. And then also not the other way, so that you feel like your neck is overarched and you have a flip top head because that will also obstruct the flow of the breath. So make sure your neck is more in a neutral place and that the breath can flow easily through the throat. And as we stay, feel that downward movement of your breath. Start to also slow your exhale down. Make sure that your exhale is first. We'll make it so that it feels like it's about the same length as the inhale. And begin to allow the exhale to become a little bit longer. lengthen your inhalation. Just a comfortable extension of that exhale. Slow it down. Watch your body breathe here. 3 more rounds. All effort with the breath. Staying with your natural breath. Start to awaken movement as you're ready. If your knees are out to the side, you can draw them back up. Then you can pull blocks, props out on one side. You can roll over to that one side. For our final position, I'd like it to have the element of a supported inversion. So the simplest way that you can do it is to lie down and have a block and place a block underneath your sacrum. You can also choose to rest your legs up your couch, your chair. You could rest your legs up on the wall with your sit bones against the wall. So lots of variations. If you don't have a bolster or a block, you could use your blankets. You could fold up your blanket, into kind of a block shape. So I just folded mine, from this size into a third, so it approximates a block better. So anything that's firm, if it's a super soft cushion, it might not work as well. That supported inversions are really helpful for bringing the venous blood, the blood from the legs up into the heart. And because of that help from gravity, it puts less pressure on the heart. The heart can actually do less work and the heart rate will slow down. So it helps to induce relaxation better. And then I was thinking with this, so I'm going to demonstrate it with the block. It also helps if you do this version, it helps to stretch open that belly area that we've been focusing on. So you can lift up first, and then you place whatever it is that you is your support underneath your sacrum. The only thing that we want to watch out, we want it to be more on the sacrum, and we don't want it to be so low that it's on the tailbone and it puts us into a tough tail, like a sad tail position, because what this will do is it'll shorten the pelvic floor muscles, and then it will really hamper the full movement of our breath. So you want to make sure that it's more on your sacrum, not your tailbone, and that your tailbone is not, in a sad tail. whichever position that you're in as well. Yeah, make sure that you're physically comfortable. And as you stay watching for the, the natural emanation of breath down into the lower body, and we'll just watch the natural breath, letting go of all practice. But recognize, can you sense how that natural movement of the inhale is already here? Your diaphragm, once it's relaxed enough, it can contract and move downwardly towards the lower body on the inhale. And then there's that natural spring, that recoil of your diaphragm towards your heart on the exhale. Releasing the jaw, and the eyes, the tongue, the deep inside of the ears. More breaths here. On the block, blanket, ready to come off, you can just press through your feet, support out. Let your spine settle back into its natural shape first. We'll come up and find our seat for our 10 breath meditation.
I've been sitting on a block and kneeling. I find that position allows the breath to be more expansive, but you can sit any way that's comfortable for your body. Then you can practice again with the Abhaya Mudra, the mudra, the hand gesture of fearlessness. So did it in the class last week. So if you find it helpful, you can try that mudra, or you can simply rest your hands on your thighs, wherever it feels comfortable for you. And you can also experiment with eyes open or eyes closed. I find that when the nervous system is really charged, it actually feels much more safe and grounding for me to have my eyes open and just to have the gaze downward. So being able to see the room and locate ourselves in space can be really helpful when we are feeling anxious. Yes, eyes open might be better. And then as you stay with meditation, we're simply feeling the natural breath moving in and out. You might rest your attention in a place in your body that feels like a resource, a place that feels good, a place that feels like it's a place of strength. So you can stay with your focus in that one place, with the breath there. When you're done with those 10 rounds, you can put a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. Just feeling the belly again. After all those practices, noticing this place of intelligence, what the quality of the belly is like now. Notice the quality of your heart, both the front side and the back side. And the quality of your whole nervous system. Feel more congruent for your practice. We can come back to our virtual circle. It's like the Brady Bunch. We just need. Do they have like 9 people, right? Well, they have a blank thing because there's only 8 of them. So whenever you're ready, you can pop in with your name and share. And I was thinking it could be a share of whatever's present for you,
Or as a brain health thing, share could be what's going well, or what you're grateful for, because we know that these practices help us to be more resilient as well. So you can try any of those prompts.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to spend an hour with you, Anchi. It's been a while. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're able to make it.
I'm grateful for the connection to everybody.
Really.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to practice and reconnect to my breathing. I really needed it this week. It was more difficult than usual for me, so that was interesting. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful it's my 34th wedding anniversary today, which we just remembered today. We're like, oh, it's today.
Congratulations,
To
Vicki.
count how many years. So yeah, 34 official and 42 unofficial, which is
Wow.
a ridiculous amount of time. So yeah, I'm grateful for the universe, and hoping everyone stays well and is well. And it's good to see Lucy.
Good to see you, Vicki.
Congratulations. I'm glad you guys remembered. Francis?
I'm grateful to be an American. And there were 9 people on the Brady Bunch because Alice was on it too.
Oh, so there were 9. Okay. Glad they included Alice. Carmen or Kay? Oh, Carmen, you're still muted. Let me unmute you. I got you.
Okay. I'm just grateful that you opened up this session and we were all able to connect. And I'm looking forward to trying this with some other groups I belong to.
Hmm. Kay? Are you still awake? Let me unmute you. Okay, now we can hear you.
Yeah, I've moved into my garage. I have a lot more room here. So anyway, I really appreciate the time and your efforts to do all of this, Anchi.
Thank you. I'm glad you can make it.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it.
So we'll conclude our circle with another round of Om if you'd like to join us. And we'll do it together. So we'll take an inhale and we'll on the exhale we'll do the sound. You can also choose to do another sound. Sounding again, it's the vibration is really good for the nervous system. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Om is considered like the universal, the primordial sound. So we'll take an inhale to begin. Light in me honors the light
in you.
Stay.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, everyone.
See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.